I'm sorry. I'm very excited this morning. I've actually been up for a couple of hours. Got some yoga in, exercise. I'm pretty much done with my day already, believe it or not. So I decided instead of waiting until later to record the Tilo's talk, using the video and talking over the video, I decided to finally do one that's live. Hold on, first I need to master volume. See, I don't want. Hopefully, this helps with y'all's volume too, because I don't want volume to be too loud, but I also don't want the volume to be too low. I want y'all to be able to hear everything that's going on in the game, but not so much that you all can't hear me. And doing this live will better help me with my own communication. So that's good that I'm decided to do this. So I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Another reason why I did this is because I honestly couldn't choose what topic, what to really talk about. Like there was a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. Don't get me wrong. Not that I don't know what to talk about. It's just that I don't know what to choose from out of a lot of the topics that I want to talk about. I think in my head like damn, it'd be so much easier if I actually like had someone to just communicate with like how me and Posticles will actually sometimes do a full when he's basically teaching me something he's learned in class. It would be so much easier if I had like maybe a co-founder or something like that. So as soon as I wanted to actually go live or do a Tilo talk, for one, I'd actually be able to go live more because I wouldn't be depending on you know me just having to hold basically a conversation with myself. 'Cause let's be honest, y'all, that's exactly what I'm doing when I do the T-Lo's talks. I be having conversations with myself, and ultimately, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say I don't like it, but it can be exhausting. Like I just be like, I want need some help. Help, I need help. There's nothing wrong with admitting that y'all need help. Everyone, remember that. So I had to admit to myself last night, really. I was just like, damn, bro. Like, fuck this. Fuck this. I need some help. But, I just gotta find someone. I gotta just be patient. Posticles, he would be a prime candidate. He actually might join in on the talk later on. I'm not sure. It depends on how long this talk actually goes and um how long he's willing to talk, because that's one reason why he couldn't actually be the man I'm looking for. It's primarily because of how he is. He don't really like to do a bunch of talking. Me on the other hand, I it's interesting because I say this, but I don't fully agree with it. But I like to talk. I don't feel like I like to talk. I just feel like around the right people, I can talk. But who knows? Maybe that's the same thing. Because when I am talking around certain people, I do enjoy it. So, but I'm gonna just tell y'all some of the things that just be on my mind, man. I just be thinking about a lot of stuff. A lot of things go through my head, especially like when I get to a point in my meditation, right, where I just allow my mind to do whatever it wants. Like, cause sometimes, I don't allow it to do anything. I just sit there, be one with the breath, be one with the mind, and I just be, for the most part, just chilling, relaxing, right? But then there's other times where I'm seriously trying to figure out, you know, just my own thought process. So I just allow my mind to do things, and a lot of stuff comes up. Like for example, obviously this is more of an open-ended question, so uh, it won't actually get answered on this podcast, but would a society even be able to exist without laws? You know what I'm saying? You can look back. Oh, excuse me, I just burped. But you can look back throughout all of history and you can see that even the earliest civilizations had some type of laws or some type of regulations and embedded in them to where oh, I didn't even know. Nice. But they have these things, and it definitely makes me wonder at least like why exactly do every civilization have some type of law of some sort? Like is are laws actually essential to ooh, I think I'm gonna get that. But are laws actually essential to society, to a civilization, and when you think about these things, it makes you, it definitely, makes me wonder. Like, sheesh, this is it's very, very interesting thought because it's definitely not one that you have every day. Well, I know I don't think about that shit every day. It was just something that came to my mind at the moment, and I was just like, well, it's very interesting. Um, And I don't know, man. I don't know. Like personally, I personally feel like you can't. And the reason I can, and I'll back this up by person that let's go back to the we can go back to the earliest civilization that we can account for, which is the Sumerians, right? And the Sumerians, they had a specific culture, what I'm saying? They had a specific set of rules and everything that they abided by. Even though I don't know cuneiform, I don't know if it's pronounced cuneiform or cuneiform or however different people pronounce it different ways, almost like potato potato. So in the end, all I'm trying to ultimately say is it's very interesting uh, thought process altogether because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is go off of information that we already, for the most part, have. It's very, very, I want to say slippery slope, but slippery slope. Oh man, I wonder if my game still glitched out. Like I had just got through with a match, y'all, and my game was very, very glitched out on zombies. That's when I had the bright idea. Oh well, since I'm gonna be playing this anyway, why not go ahead and make it meaningful in some sense? I'm gonna go ahead and stream while I do it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, I talk to myself, y'all. It's fine. It's a healthy thing actually. You can ask neurologists. They'll tell you. It's pretty a healthy thing to talk to yourself. But all jokes aside, it's very, very interesting. Because even if you go further back, like before we can even talk about human civilization, like let's go back to maybe even uh the Neanderthal times, or maybe Homo hypogenes or Homo erectus. They didn't have laws, at least from our best understanding, or at least from my understanding, from the very, very minuscule research that I did. Anyone that understands more, then you're welcome to correct me at any point. But it's very, very interesting because, you know, I just recently learned from TT that humans have actually been going to war with each other and doing all kinds of craziness against each other for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to have tribes, the same way how lions have tribes, and then they'll fight other tribes for land and stuff. Like, this is before we were even actually technically classified as human, even though we're not even really human. That's just a name we gave ourselves because our technical classification in the animal kingdom is Homo sapien. But with that being said, before we actually gave ourselves the classification of human, we were just no different from animal, any other regular animal. We had certain tribes. We would take over, other tribes for land, and not necessarily land because in the way we would look at it, yes, it's land, but it was more so like for resources like food that was there. Because you gotta remember, everyone, life is said to have originated in Africa. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I think that's what mainstream archaeologists still believe to this day, unless I'm wrong. I've done research on this uh, a while back, maybe a year ago. So it definitely could have changed uh, a lot from there. All right, my apologies, y'all. I'm trying to fix this, but yeah, it could have changed a hell of a lot from a year ago because new discoveries are always being made. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they've been working on string theory for what almost 100 years now. Shit. So trust and believe me when I say that it's a very very touchy concept because there's no concrete. There's plenty of evidence, but there's nothing that is widely. Oh, it still is glitched out. Well, y'all get to watch the glitched out gameplay. But yeah, it's very interesting indeed, if you ask me. Um, and yeah, cause like I said, I didn't even know about it. That was very interesting and foreign concept to me. I need to actually, oh shit, go ahead and die. But it makes no sense. You can also, you know, I I don't even know how to word this one. Oh, I got my laptop open too, y'all, so I can do some research in case I need to. It happens. Let me see something real quick though, just really quick. Where am I looking for? What am I looking for? I'm on my phone right now. I'm trying to see. Okay, I'll have to turn off my passcode to do that. Oh, I don't want to do that. Alright. But I also don't want to keep. Also don't want to keep. Let me see. Alright, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I just. That's what I should have did. I should have put it in my laptop, and that way I would actually be able to remember some of these thoughts. Because a lot of these thoughts I don't keep in my head. They eventually diminish. So what I do is I just type them down in my phone and I get back to them when I can. And so some of these thoughts are in my damn. Oh, I got my phone set to that shit. Goddamn, be about to time out really quick. And then some of these thoughts I also might uh go into a little later, like maybe more in depth into another Tilo's talk as I do more research. Cause like I said, some of these are just thoughts, and what I'm giving y'all right now is just my own initial thoughts of those thoughts. If y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Cause I typically don't think nothing much of my thoughts as I'm actually when I first have the thoughts, I typically don't put much thought. Cause like I said, I just let my mind do what it do, and I just try to allow that to happen without judgment. Cause that's what it's all about. It's all about especially if you're meditating. Meditating is all about, you know, observing what is going on in the mind and recognizing that you are not your thoughts. You know, you're not your thoughts. You're not your feelings. You're something beyond that. However, you know, that can definitely be debated heavily through a lot of different groups of people with lots of different beliefs and all kinds of things. And it's all about the human belief system, honestly. Sometimes you can say that, like holy wars, for example, a lot of people, I guess, one of the biggest things about holy wars is that they, like, because you have to try to understand it from both sides. Some people, maybe, maybe what they do is they want everyone to be some like unified through some like common belief, and in theory, it makes sense. You know, it makes uh total sense. You know, it's a lot easier to communicate when everyone is on the exact same page. However, in practice, there's just so much wrong with that because we all come from completely different backgrounds, and when once you understand that, it becomes a lot harder to say, oh well, your belief is wrong and my belief is the ultimate belief, because that's the wrong way to go about it. It's about trying to understand, because the same way that another person can look at one group of people, group A, they can look at another group of people, group B's beliefs, and think to themselves that it's crazy. But group B can also do the same with group A. They'll look at their beliefs and be like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Like, the fuck is this? And it's very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed that, you know, we actually do things such as this. And it's crazy because a lot of people like to be like, oh man, why are humans like this or whoa. But we're animals still. You know, like, we're nothing but animals. Like, we have the eukaryotic cells inside of us, like I've already talked about in on one of my previous Tilo's talks. And so, once people start to understand that more, then maybe it'll be a lot easier for us to actually, you know, better understand ourselves, because that's one of the biggest thing, like, problems of us, is that we don't fully understand ourselves. And so what we do is we try to definitely impose what we do understand about our beliefs on another person, instead of trying to understand those person beliefs and that person. And sometimes it makes me wonder, like, is how another person act towards, so if I was to act shitty towards popsicles, right? Like, in a more, because obviously we play with each other. We be laughing, and you know, I call him all types of words. He calls me words, but you know, imagine if I was serious about this. You know, serious about a lot of the things that I say and everything. So it should make you question, like, maybe the way that I treat him is just a representation of how I really am. You know what I'm saying? Like, how I feel about myself, I guess you can say. What the hell? What was this I was trying to type? Oh, okay. Sheesh, I'm fucking up, y'all. I'm fucking up. Very interesting indeed. Once again, I'm sorry that I didn't already have this ready. It was, like I said, this was very last minute, and I didn't notice that this was gonna be a problem until my phone kept cutting off. My phone kept cutting off as I was trying to, like, you know, move on to the next point, and then I was like, you know what? You know what? This is some bullshit that I just put myself through. Oh shit, I forgot to put a question mark. Okay, there we go. Because most of these thoughts are actual, like, literal just questions. That's what happens. This is the one I definitely want to touch upon, like, now. Uh, oh, I don't even know how I'm gonna word this one actually. See, this is how you know these are just initial thoughts because some of these, boy, mm mm mm. Some of these thoughts are like, yo, these can't be fully thought out. All right, but ooh, I don't even remember having this one. And this is why I definitely want to try to talk to as many people as I can, when I can, because a lot of people definitely have some interesting views, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't have any thoughts at all, and it's sad when it's very sad to me when I can talk, to a person for almost like 20 minutes straight, right? And basically they have nothing to say about like anything. And I'm just like, wow, how is that even? I don't even know, man. Oh, okay, I need to put one right here. All right, that's it. This should actually, um, yeah, this might hold me for a little bit. If not, then it's perfectly fine. All right, so, but yeah, it definitely, it makes me sad. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. It makes me really sad when I can talk to someone for a whole 20 minutes straight, and they're not even able to like give me any type of response at all. They're just like, for one, I don't even know if they're listening for real or anything. Like they could say that they're, oh, I'm listening, but it's like, why don't you have any? You don't have nothing to say to any of the information that I'm giving you, or even if it's not even, even if it's not information from your subjective, belief. It's like you don't have nothing to say at all, like nothing to say, and it's so crazy because it just makes. See, look, there's supposed to be colors right here, y'all. Like this shit is so glitched out. It's fucking insane. Oh my, I might have to switch controllers, y'all. Like, what the hell is going on? I just gotta get used to this particular control free. I'm not used to it. I truly believe that's what it is. But like I was saying, man, it's just very very sad to me, man, and it kind of breaks my heart because it's almost like we got all this. We took the time to literally evolve and develop, a mind that that and I'm not gonna say it's the smartest and because like y'all remember the Tilo's talk. So anything that I say, just refer back to the Tilo's talk of what makes Homo sapiens different. I go super in depth, but anyway, we evolved a mind that's basically, a mini computer. It's almost one of the smartest minds on this planet for the most part. And some of us are just wasting it. We're not, we don't have no thoughts of our own or anything. A lot of people, they want to they don't even want to critically think anymore, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? Like these are the reasons why we survived. This is why we was able to overcome our evolutionary I said evolution, or our biological restraints. that we at one point in time had. You know, like don't get me wrong, we're basically still doing the exact same things that we were already doing. You know, we still take over land and all this other crap. We invade, and there's so much that's going on. You know, that's not too indifferent to what we used to do in the past. But however, we everything has become a lot better. You know, we have society, or at least a more distinguished form that is so distinguished to where we actually feel as though like this is a unique experience to us. So my biggest thought about all of this is like, why is it that I just can't have a conversation with people? It's so sad, man, because I really enjoy talking to certain people, especially those who aren't closed-minded. Because usually, even if they don't have nothing to say, it's like maybe we can actually have some type of interesting conversation or something going on. But it's not always like that, unfortunately, because most people just don't care. And if I ask them, all right, well, what is on your mind? This one actually be about to make me cry, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. This is stuff I haven't even told Popsticles. So this stuff right here be actually about to make me cry. And I'd be like, all right, so what is on your mind? What are you thinking? I don't know. What do you have no type of metacognition or anything? Like, I'm just so confused. Like, why is it that you don't know what's going on in your mind? Like, I just don't understand. And I don't mean that to be chastising at all. But I am genuinely curious. And if me being genuinely curious is what another person can interpret as chastising, then so be it. Because I just be wanting to know, man. That's all I want. Nothing more, nothing less. Interpret it however you want. But it's just interesting. Because now I tried to give you an opportunity to talk about something you wanted to talk about. And you just said you don't know what's on your mind. It's it makes absolutely no sense to me. None whatsoever. And you can argue the fact that, all right, well, maybe they haven't actually, that muscle hasn't been worked out or exercised, because our brain is a muscle. Talking is not something that just comes naturally. I understand that. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but what I am trying to do is give them an opportunity to work out that muscle. And it's almost like they don't want to do it. And it's just like, whoa. And those are the times where I have to get back on my guru shit and understand that, that sometimes, man, you just can't get through to people. Like, because I actually be trying to get people to realize, like, it's not necessarily advantageous that you're not thinking. Because what are you going to do when you experience actual problems in your life? Or is it that you only know how to, deal with problems that society has basically made you feel out? These are the things you need to be thinking. You need to be thinking about getting a job or a career, and you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're a societal failure, and all these other things that society just drops on us. Instead of us just taking a step back and really just thinking deeply about who we are, what we want in life, what is it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting. Maybe I have no point at all in any of this but the bitch and complain. And anyone is fully, yeah, you can interpret it that way. I won't care. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just curious. That's all. And literally the way that we've evolved was through being inquisitive, asking questions, figuring things out, and ultimately communicating with each other. Like, how do you think, NASA accomplishes the feats that it does? Like, they have a team of engineers, a team of people that do different things in different departments, and they grow, they expand their knowledge. How do you think McDonald's is such a successful company? Well, there can be a lot of different interpretation about that one. Let me tell y'all mine. I believe that they're so successful is because early out they were able to communicate. You know, they were able to at one point, you know, relate to their customers and actually give their customers some of the best experiences ever. Whether the experience is healthy for their customers or not is besides the point. It's from a business perspective and a mindset growth perspective. They have to think long term. They have to have these interesting conversations with others amongst the actual they have to have these types of conversations with others, you know, amongst the company, whether it's the marketers, to the salespeople. You know, I'm not trying to say that I know all of this stuff because I don't. But all I'm trying to do is get you all in the proper mindset of actually thinking about these things. Because how often do you actually think about how is it does a business grow? Like what do a business do right, you know, to actually expand and grow? Well, what does the market team do? They have to get in conferences and they have to talk, you know, about different marketing strategies to expand. And once again, I understand this is not a skill that everyone just have. You know, you don't just, you know, this is not something you just keep. You know, you're not just, and some people are. Some people are just natural born talkers. And I could be one of those. However, I remember when there was a time where I couldn't talk at all. I was very shy, stage fright, all kinds of craziness. And now I don't even fucking hold my breath to any conversation. Like no matter who it is I'm talking to, because at the end of the day, I need to be comfortable enough in my own skin to say what I think or say what I believe. Whether it's a thought, belief, whatever it is, I need to be able to convey that clearly to another person. And that's why I definitely appreciate the Tilo's talk, because this has helped me tremendously. Because now I'm able to, as you can see, I don't say and like as much as I did. I'm able to converse a lot clearly. You can even go back through old Tilo's talks and just notice my own progress. Like I actually do this, you know, mainly because I want to figure out ways that I can improve. This is why I got the thought to actually do this live stream Tilo's talk. It would have been really nice if I would have had like someone to actually be here and, you know, talk with me. But you know, you just gotta play the hand you're dealt with sometimes. And maybe in the near future, I will be able to, you know, have some type of co-star or whatever. Like who knows? No one knows. All you can do is just move and keep going and understand that whatever it is you're doing, whether you fail or not, it's not about, you know, failing or losing. It's about giving it your all and being satisfied with that, because you know your all is all you can give. There's a lot of wisdom that I try to give in these Tilos talk, wisdom that we all need to hear, because there are people that actually believe that failure is a bad thing. But you gotta understand, how will you ever succeed? How will you ever even understand what success is if you don't fail? And that can be argued, honestly. You know, we can go back and forth about that. I can see it from both sides. I'm not trying to look at it from just one side. But what I am trying to do is get you all to think. It's like, damn. It's not about, you know, oh he's right or oh he's wrong. I don't know. It's about thinking and having a conversation. And if you disagree with me, you can tell me that you disagree with me. Because my thing is I don't believe that, you know, you need failure for success, but failure fuels success. Failure helps you realize, all right, I fucked up right here. I did this wrong. Like it forces you. It forces you to reevaluate yourself, which is something we all should definitely do. Otherwise, how can we grow? You're gonna stay comfortable and content with who you are and block any chance of who you could be. And when I say that, do not interpret this as me saying, oh, you shouldn't be content with who you are. You should always be content with who you are. You should love who you are, no matter what. But that does not mean just because you're content with who you are, you shouldn't strive to be better. Because there's always more. You know what I'm saying? It always seems like the grass can't get any greener, but man, there are some grasslands, and I haven't even been to these grasslands myself. But just looking at pictures of different grasses, you'll look at grass maybe from America, look at grass from in like a desert. Oh shit, my apologies. Desert don't have grass, or do it? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But maybe like like I was saying though, maybe you look at grassland from like America versus an actual grassland. It's completely different type of green that you will see, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. Oh shit. Oh, this isn't good. But to me, I don't know. I don't know. It's very interesting what we choose to care about. Like some people are actual philosophical zombies where they just don't have any thoughts, any real meaningful thoughts. That is meaningful feelings. They just act. They just do whatever. They just do what they do. And at the end of the day, it's like the way I look at it is, if it works for them, it works for them. Cool. But at the same time, there's so much more that we could be doing as a species for ourselves. I thought I was gonna lose that for a second. I won't even lie to y'all. And yeah, there's just, we can just be so much more, and we really are so much more. And it's the simple fact that there are people who don't want more, you know. And when I say don't want more, I don't even, cause I'm never talking about money wise. You know, it's the people who are the most sad with the most money. And I don't mean that in like a way in which, oh, they're sad or depressed or whatever, but I feel as though we all have an innate feeling of some people, they have some type of void inside of them. They feel as though that there's a hole in them that needs to be filled. And so they look for it in a lot of different ways. They can try to look for it in people. They try to look for it in materialistic things. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And it's all about recognizing that. You know, when you recognize that that's what's going on, you can then better, learn to understand it. Because it's not about suppressing it, it's about understanding it and overcoming it. We have the power to overcome so much. We've overcame a lot of different natural disasters that has happened within our human history. And even without just human history, we've overcome a lot of disasters that has happened just within Earth's history, before we were even classified as Homo sapien. So I don't know, it just breaks my heart when I see people just actively not caring about their thoughts, their feelings, and themselves. So, y'all can y'all can interpret it however y'all want, but I am genuinely concerned about everyone's well-being as much as I, mentally can, that is. And it's crazy. It's very, very crazy. Because I'm in a cross-legged position right now. This shit is actually starting to hurt. Oh man, maybe it's because I was in a cross-legged position for so long when I first was literally when I first started playing, when I first woke up and shit. So now it's kind of like my body's, give me a break, please. Like, no, you don't get no breaks. Fuck you. Gonna, but no, real talk though, everyone. It's very interesting. Enough on that though. Maybe I'll maybe I'll touch on that topic. Cause that topic alone, I could probably do this whole live on. There's just so much variables that go into it. I said we can have a talk. We can have a talk, conversation, and even a debate. because I can see that side. Like I can see a multitude of people's views. It's not like I'm just looking at it from my view. I can understand it from a lot of different points of view. But for the most part, I some of the thoughts that I have are just like I wonder if we didn't have belief systems, aka whatever, like just any belief system, like really religion, spirituality, science itself, like would that make people more, less, or even equally corrupt, like in a moral sense? Because as we already know, people are corrupt. You know, we literally used to have holy wars and all kinds of craziness in our history. So it's very interesting that my mind came up with that thought because that's something that I used to think, you know, when I was younger. I just never really knew how to articulate it the way that I can articulate things now. It's very interesting because I feel like without belief systems, like personally, I do feel like we would be. I think, and this just goes back to, you know, how when I was saying even when we were, even when we weren't even humans, we were still, you know, taking over land and stuff like that. It's just now we're doing it in a more conscious manner. And when I say conscious, I mean in the sense that we can actually be aware of what we're doing. So it's like, oh, all right, I'm about to go actually kill these people and take their land. You know, whereas when back in our later years or earlier years, my apologies. Back in our earlier years, we were just doing it to do it, or maybe we wasn't. Who knows? We don't know what was going on in their minds. But yeah, so I believe that it would be equal. You know, it would be an equal amount because nothing has changed since we've evolved and, you know, have became more complex in our consciousness. So since I do believe that there is no real change that has happened, we're doing the same things just in different ways, then yep, I agree. I agree that we would be equally as corrupt. Nothing would have changed for real. And with that being said, I would love to know other people's thoughts on this, man. If y'all, anyone watching this, definitely let me know what you believe. You know, there's so much that we could talk about that I would love to talk about with everybody. And sometimes, you know, sometimes you can't have a conversation with everyone. Like it's unfortunate, but there are people they are not intellectual or mentally mature enough to have a conversation or a debate with a person. They want to argue. They want to talk over you. They don't want to let you finish your sentence. They're willfully misunderstand, like trying to misunderstand what you're saying. And those are the type of people you just can't conversate with, no matter how hard you try, because is at that point they're whatever their belief system is so rooted deep into them, or maybe, you know, the way that, because society has a lot to do with our modern way of thinking. Society definitely has a lot to do with it, whether it's commercial TV, whether it's the news. There's so much, you know, negativity that can go on that'll make a person believe the things that they believe in. So why is there always a zombie right there now? That's so irritating. But very, very fascinating, y'all. I love thinking about these types of things because some things hard don't have hardcore answers. You know, some things just lead to more questions. But that's the beauty of it. The more questions you have, the more you can try to learn. You know, and that's what it's all about for me. It's about learning. I classify myself as a lifelong learner. I truly do, and I love it. I love learning. And anyone that doesn't love learning, I feel bad for them. I feel bad. My love of learning didn't come from school though. It definitely came from something that I gave myself. You know, I never lost my curiosity, my inquisitiveness. Never did. And that is definitely, if you ask me, a key to wanting to learn more. It is by being curious. Because if you're not curious, then what is almost like, what the hell am I learning for? That's the type of mindset that someone who isn't curious would have. It's like, I'm out of school, I don't need to learn. And that's a valid argument. I can fully understand that. It makes sense. To me, at least, it does. I don't know about anyone else, but that makes perfect sense to me. Shit. I was like that for a while, when I first got out of school. Then I started thinking to myself, like, I want more. Everyone don't want more. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. However, you know, and that's just from an educational point of view. But when it comes from like wanting more out of yourself, like wanting to be the best version of yourself, some people say that they want to be the best version of themselves, but they don't want to actually put in the work that requires you to be the best version of yourself, which is understanding your impulsiveness, understanding duality. That's the biggest goal that anyone faces who wants to better themselves. Once you understand those, then you literally will understand that possibilities possibilities are endless, y'all. Fucking endless. And the only limits that we have are the ones that we set for ourselves. Always remember that. If y'all don't take anything else out of this Tilo's talk, at least take that. Because that's probably going to be the most important part. And I don't even, and this is a live Tilo's talk. I don't even know how deep I'm going to get. But I will say one thing. That is definitely an important point to take from this talk. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Something I meant to also mention was, since I am doing a live stream on this Tilo's talk, I'm more than likely not gonna give a Tilo's talk on Thursday. So that means that I have decided that if I do choose to allow this to be an ongoing thing, I'm not going to give two Tilo's talk in 1 week. The only reason I give two in a week is mainly because I'm I don't know, I just be wanting to give as much information as possible, give myself more challenges and stuff. But live Tilo's talks are a lot different because these are gonna go on for an indefinite amount of time. Hold on. But these go on indefinitely. How is she even woke at this time? Like, go to sleep. Oh man, I don't even think she went to sleep. Anyway, oh look, y'all, see the colors. That's what I was talking about. All right, but I forgot I had this. I might actually keep this since they added PhD Flopper in here, and now this game mode has became a lot easier. I actually finally, shattered my earlier record. There's this guy I play zombies with. His name is Fox of Life, or Fox for Life, or something like that. Fox 420 for life, or something. And we're actually pretty cool now. I be playing zombies with him. This game mode has given me my love for Zombies Back Outbreak. I didn't like it when it first came out. They've actually changed it dramatically from when I first played it when it first came out. And I really do appreciate this game mode because it's not the same zombies that I'm used. Because I've never stopped liking zombies per se. I just got disinterested in the same old routine. And don't get me wrong, this is literally no different. It's literally exactly like, regular zombies. I'm not trying to argue that it's not, but listen to what I'm saying. It is still different. Like, you're not able to run around the entire world in regular zombies. You're not able to be as mobile. I can literally jump on top of that roof, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I can do whatever I want within one world. for the most part, without, except going outside the boundaries of that world, obviously. But there's a lot that I can do. So therefore, I really enjoy, this style of zombies, especially since it's new. This is something that I haven't seen before. It's their first time doing this. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not. You want to wait until it's gold to get the best stuff, but I really don't care right now. So since I am playing this with y'all, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do as much exploring as I usually do, because y'all don't want that. But who knows? At the same time, this is not about the gameplay. This is about the talk. And to get back on topic with what the talk was going with, it was like the live talks definitely are gonna go on for an indefinite amount of time. I'm not gonna try to set no time limit. If I'm having fun talking about whatever it is I'm talking about, or maybe I'm just in a talkative mood for that particular talk, then who knows? It can go on for an indefinite amount of time. So therefore, I don't want to put no time limit on it. We're having fun right now. Definitely wish I could be having fun with someone else right now. I kind of wish Popsticles was a more talkative person. And it's not even necessarily he's not a talkative person. Maybe I just don't have the right topics to talk about with him. Because sometimes we can have a good, hour long talk. Maybe even an hour and a half. Maybe even 2 hours. Not sure what's the longest talk me and Popsticles actually have had before. But those are the moments I treasure the most with that guy, because shit, I enjoy talking about things, especially if it's something that he enjoys talking about, because most of the shit he enjoys, I have no actual knowledge of anyway, so he's most likely teaching me something. So that's a good uh that's a good little beneficial relationship we have. I ain't even feel it up. Oh no, I did. You see how it's so glitched out? You can't even see this. Like, everything is glitched out right now. So if any of this looks weird to y'all, just know that it is. It's most definitely weird. Alright, see, you want to wait until it turns green to get supposedly to get the best stuff. However, I've actually stopped doing that because, well, I ain't stopped doing it, but for the last 2 matches, I haven't been able to do it, mainly because my shit's glitched, so can't do it. And I got to fight the Order. I don't like saying Orden. Yeah, facts. Sometimes it definitely with all of this that we're talking about, right? It just brought up another thought in my head. And I need to actually start looking at these notes, going through these notes. But fuck the notes, man. I like freestyling. But most of us want the exact same things. Like when you come to think of it, no one wants to see themselves as the bad guy. And I don't know, how many actual podcasts or talks or whatever y'all want to call it, because technically what I do isn't even a podcast. It's just me ranting about different stuff. Yeah. But it's all, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if y'all listen to podcasts or whatever, but it's interesting because a lot of them talk about some of the same things that I think about. And one of the main things that I think about all the time is we all literally want the exact same things. I just don't get why that there's so much. And when I say we all basically want the same things, think about it like this. All of us want to live in a comfortable manner, where we don't necessarily have to worry about finances. We want to not have to pay to live. We go to the grocery stores and pay for food. Like, we're literally paying to live. Even water bottles have prices on them, which is understandable because it's like we got free faucet water all the time. But at the same time, all I'm saying is we all at the heart of all of that, we want freedom to be able to just relax and actually enjoy life. But the thing about that is, they're just, if that is true, why is it that there is so much violence between us all? I just don't get why it is that I just don't get why it is that we can't live in harmony with each other. All this violence and strife and all this craziness that we have going on when there's so much more pressing matters. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, y'all, so I don't wanna go down that road. But I can get on that shit if y'all want. I can definitely. I know a lot of shit, and there's a lot of shit that I don't know. I listen to podcasts, especially the ones with Joe Rogan and Alex Jones. Oh my gosh, those are some of my favorite podcasts. But the thing about conspiracy theories is y'all have to be careful when going down certain rabbit holes, because people really believe the earth is flat. And it's just so crazy, all this scientific research that we have and all of these other things. How do y'all try to still claim that it's flat? Do y'all just, is some deep rooted, existential feeling of wanting to be ahead of the curve, wanting to know something that literally thousands, like millions of other people don't know? Because it's more widely accepted that the earth is fucking sphere than flat. And it's very interesting. It's very... Oh, yes. I didn't grab the insta-kill. That's not good. It's okay. He's about to die within this last clip. Can I kill him, please? Oh, okay. Alright. But, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Like, human beings are very interesting, and I want to actually use what's that show called? One Punch Man. It's an anime, for those of you who do not know. Literally a guy named Saitama. He defeats every enemy in one punch. It sounds very boring, right? That's the whole fucking point, the whole philosophy of that show. And I'm one of them nerds. I literally look for philosophy in shows, because there's a lot of shows out there that to me is considered art. Because the thing about art is not what people get put into it, but it's more so about what people get out of it. And don't get me wrong, it definitely has a lot to do with what people put into it. I'm not saying that, but think about it. There's people literally were able to use the Bible back in the day, back in the slavery times, to justify slavery. So when you think about it, it's all about interpretation. If people can literally interpret verses out of that text, the religious text, to justify something that was morally wrong to our feeble human minds, then definitely it's definitely about interpretation. So with that being said, interpretation definitely has something to do with it. And the same with me, a lot of people, even though I'm clearly stating about, the way that I mean to say things and what I am truly trying to say, there are so many people who can actually twist and turn and misinterpret and bend what I say. And, so it's all about interpretation in a way. So with that being said, One Punch Man, the whole philosophy of that show is to show you how boring life would actually be without conflict. And when you really think about it, those people who are just, always being negative and stuff, they have a lot, they have lots of conflict in their life, But the thing about it is, it also talks about how it is the overcoming of that conflict in which can actually, like, really give our life some meaning. And like I'm saying, y'all, this is how I interpret the show. And maybe even after hearing my interpretation, y'all will be able to have, or go and watch One Punch Man and be like, I understand how he see it that way, or maybe he's like, yeah, he's looking definitely too deep into it, because the premise of the whole show is, like I said, One Punch Man. Saitama, One Punch Man. He kills everything. He defeats every enemy in one hit. Very boring. However, what makes the show amazing is it shows the struggles and the conflicts between other characters, in which they're struggling so hard to fight this exact same character, in which One Punch Man literally comes and, or Saitama literally comes and one punches the enemy away. So it's very, very interesting, because they're just completely flabbergasted with his strength every single time. Because every enemy, obviously, in the same way in Dragon Ball Z fashion, every enemy is going to get stronger and stronger. And so they're at this point, it's like, yo, what is the limits to this guy's strength? And you realize that he may have none. And when he reveals the secret of his powers, it ain't nothing but regular physical working out that he did intensely over the course of 5 years. Made me actually think in my head, yo, hold on, man, let me start doing these workouts when I first got into One Punch Man, because it was a very interesting concept right there. But the whole point is he had a goal that he wanted to strive for, but he didn't actually have a real goal. He just wanted to get stronger for stronger sake, and therefore he got stronger, and he literally became the strongest. So therefore now he's stuck in a perpetual cycle of no conflict. So One Punch Man actually shows us the value that we can have in conflict, which is very, very interesting concept, because a lot of people don't see conflict that way. A lot of people see conflict as it sucks, it's bad, and blah blah blah. But it's all about interpretation. You know, you wouldn't you for example, you would not be who you are right now if it wasn't for the trials and tribulations that you had to go through to bring you here to the person you are today. You know what I'm saying? For example, there are some kids who grow up rich, so they'll never understand, or maybe they do. You know, like the ones that humble themselves, maybe they do understand the struggles and you know, that some kids in poverty have to go through. You know what I'm saying? And financially, I should say. Like, yes, that don't, because I'm definitely not trying to say rich people or rich kids don't go through struggles. Everyone goes through struggles, but the struggles that they go through won't necessarily be financially. You know, like how someone who is from poverty would have. And it's very interesting, y'all. It's very interesting. Oh, no, 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 no. I did not mean to do that. I don't. No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, and I don't know, y'all. I don't know. These are the things I think about. These are the things that go on in my mind. Like, I dead ass started this entire talk, entire live stream with nothing in my head at all to talk about, and I started spitballing. Now there's so many thoughts going in my head, so much stuff that I can actually talk about. It's very interesting. And I always like to say that it's all a balance, you know? I have to balance everything. And I balance out how much I actually learn. I balance that out with conspiracy theories and or conspiracies, because there's a difference. I balance you know, everything out with me working out, you know, with yoga, because yoga, I mean, working out ain't doing nothing but tightening up your muscles, whereas yoga is helping you release them, stretching it out. For those of you who actually understand yoga, you also understand that yoga actually have multiple kriyas, which is basically the actual movements or exercises in them. Mm, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, we got a helicopter, we have a crystal, and we have that. I'm not going to that one. So let's get to it. All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm gonna try not to do too many mini objectives, because I want to at least get to DL DL stands for difficulty level. Yeah, see, you see it right there on the top right. It says difficulty level. So I go ahead and mix them both together. So I just say DL for short. See, you see how it's glitched out again. There's no color, but very interesting, very interesting. You want me to tell you what I think is very is super interesting to me? A person who's very like who's super attentive to like the environment around them. However, they're not necessarily attentive to their own internal environment. So it's definitely weird. It's definitely weird. Did I reload? Let me reload. Cause this is gonna be a little tricky. This is gonna be tricky, y'all. I don't think I'm gonna get it. Yes, I got it. Oh hell yes. Alright. But it's very interesting to me, people like that. And a lot of things are very interesting to me, you know, because I tend to watch my anger and everything. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I've seen it to where I've gotten mad on the game and all that stuff. And I'm not staging it. I actually get mad. It's just like a second of anger, you know, because I'm easily able to ground myself. Sometimes I allow myself to, you know, get angry because a lot of people will argue me this down, especially if it's like a guru or something, or maybe not even arguing because gurus don't argue. They just, you know, let you be. But my thing is I don't ignore my human emotions. You know, I don't ignore that a part of me at all. However, however, I keep it in check because duality is definitely something we all struggle with, y'all. We all struggle with duality in some way, shape, or form. Over there. What the hell? I'm trying to think. Has there ever been one over there? But each yeah, like I was saying, each person suffers from duality. You want me to tell you why? Because we have a conscience. We have consciousness. And because of this simple fact, we will always, you know, suffer from duality. But the thing about it is you gotta learn how to be, you know, to balance it, to be one with it, to not be controlled by duality. Because duality can definitely be you know, the ego. It can eat away at us, and it can be a cause of suffering. And I'm not saying that to say the ego is all bad, because of the ego, we definitely have it helped us survive through our evolutionary trials and tribulations. But just because it helps us survive, don't mean that we should just always allow it to override, because that's what a lot of people do. They allow their duality, they allow their feelings, their thoughts, they allow all of it to take control of them, and they forget that, you know, it's their thoughts, it's their feelings, it's not them, because what's yours can't be you, right? I mean, you know, if I was to say your ear is not you, for the simple fact that, you know, I don't even know if I can explain it in a simple way. Let me see. For example, your house. You can call it your house. What's yours cannot be you. Therefore, your house is not you. You get, and that same premise has to work throughout the entire argument. So therefore, all I am saying is that anything that you can identify as yours cannot be you. Period. Nothing more, nothing less. and that's just a fact. And anyone that tries to argue against that, that's how you know that that's the ego. You know, they don't know how to properly keep it in balance. Let me throw that down. Yes, sir. PhD. No more fall damage or nothing. All right. Now my weapon is maxed out, and I can now go to the objective. But it's very interesting, y'all. Very interesting concept indeed. Or well, that what I was saying wasn't a concept, but what I am saying is how cause I said it all wrong. My apologies. What I'm saying is what's interesting is that people actually allow themselves to get taken over by their duality, and it's more than interesting. It's really sad, especially for those who are closed-minded and don't want to understand. You know, like some people they're not necessarily okay with it, but the concept can be so foreign to them until they completely reject the idea altogether, and it sucks, you know, because of our belief systems. Our belief systems being one way for so long, so getting introduced to something completely foreign to us is like, man, fuck you, man. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know nothing about me, my life, or anything. And it's like, well, you're not wrong, but that doesn't mean just because I don't know anything about your life and you or whatever, don't mean that I still can't help you, because this is something that every human suffers with. And, you know, people don't look at it like that. Very crazy. You know, talking about this definitely, because me playing this game, like yesterday, I played the game all day. I didn't have anything to do, so I was just on the game, right? And now it makes me think, you know, like obviously technological advancement, I said process, is inevitable. You know, there's nothing we can do about advancing technologically wise, because it's gonna keep happening, especially as we keep learning more and more things about science. But it definitely makes me wonder, like, since it is inevitable, as long as humans exist, like, because is there a way to actually keep ourselves from becoming a real live matrix? Basically, that's what I'm more curious about. How many I have to kill with this? Oh no, give me, whoa, where's my Simtex? There we go. Alright, cool. But I almost got mad at that. But yeah, it's like, is there a way to stop us from actually being in a real live matrix? Or if you don't believe that we're already in one. Or is there actually a way to stop technological advancement? Should technological advancement even continue? Because the more and more we technologically advance, the more it seems that we disconnect from reality. Which is very, very unfortunate. You walk inside of a room, or you know, you walk in and this is pre-COVID. You'll walk in a room, people don't got masks on, and a lot of people just are on their phones. They're not concerned with anything that's actually going on around them or none of that. They're just kind of in a completely different dimension. And it's so I won't say captivating, but it's just, I don't know what word I would use. It's spooky in a way. Cause it's like, what the hell? There's a whole world outside of you yourself, and you're just on your phone. There's a whole world inside of yourself, and you're just on your phone. And it's so spooky to me, because it shows that the Matrix is already here. It's just not in the same ways that a lot of people thought it was going to be. At least not in the ways that the movie predicted. It's already here. You know, we're constantly on our phones. We're constantly disconnecting from reality. We're constantly, you know, looking for the biggest and baddest technological advancement. Our machines do not, you know, we don't run our machines. Our machines are definitely running us, and it's crazy. It's very, very crazy because we could be doing so much more as a species, especially with the technology. Like I challenge y'all. I challenge everyone who's listening right now to go on the cellular device. I don't care about the laptop or your tablet or anything. Your cellular device, just that one device. And look at your screen time. And look at your average screen time. So look at your screen time for the day and look at your average screen time. You will notice that it might be over 10 hours. We have 24 hours in a day, right? From 4 to 8 of those hours we're asleep. So now we only have 16 hours left in the day, right? Mm. Is it 16? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I was just making sure, y'all. I'm just making sure. And for those who sleep for more than 10 hours, y'all have even less time than that, right? We're doing a little bit of math. Nothing crazy. That means if you're on your phone for 10 or more hours a day, you're literally on your phone for more than half of the time you're even awake. And that's just your phone. We're not even talking about your tablet, your laptop, your game, what was this PlayStation, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this is a it's a problem because that means that your intake of dopamine, there's a lot of dopamine, you know. But my thing is it's not because I don't think technology is bad, y'all. Once again, I'm not trying to make a case against technology. But what I am trying to do is make you aware. How many of y'all actually knew that about yourselves? How many of y'all knew that y'all were on y'all phones for that long a day? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm doing is trying to open up y'all's minds because these are not things we think about every day. It's not. I don't think about it every day. Well, I do now, but shit, I didn't used to think about that shit every day. It wasn't until a year ago, you know, when I became enlightened, I started taking note of these types of things and started wanting to change it. And don't get me wrong, I was never actually that bad. Like, you know, my screen time would only really be high when I would be on the phone, you know. And that means, guess what? I need to stop being on the phone as much. So I limited that as well. I said eliminate. Oh, whoa. Do I have a list that I don't know about? I eliminated that as well. So, you know, it's not, I don't believe a lot of the technological things are problems, but I believe that we need to be aware of these things, you know? They actually have rehab now for people who can't put down their phones. So I'm not trying to be funny right now. Not trying to, you know, like once again, I'm not trying to chastise anybody. What I am trying to do though is get y'all to understand. I have to kill him, y'all, every time I have to. It's like have a grudge against him or something. Oh, that does nothing. This shit sucks, don't it? Yeah, this shit sucks. I mean, I do have it only packed one, but damn, dude, what the hell? I hope he gives me a ray gun, because I'm gonna actually grab that if he do. I hope I can kill him, because he's looking pretty. Whoops. All right then. He hit me into it. See, what you're really supposed to do when you do that attack is jump over him like this. That's so funny, right? And he slid me all the way over there. That's crazy. He actually might kill me. Yes, yes, yes. This is where I can do massive damage. Massive, massive, massive. But very interesting, y'all. Very interesting indeed. Because it takes being mindful and actually being conscious of on your phone. And don't get me wrong, I love mindlessly scrolling on my phone as much as anyone else. But there's a time and place. It's all a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like this is my personal philosophy. I got a lot of personal philosophies, but this is like one that I love to try to adhere to the most because there's nothing wrong with technology at all. However, we need to balance it out between a lot of different stuffs. And we can do that. But all we have to do is just be more mindful and more conscious of what is actually going on, what we're actually doing on our phone. When I do mindlessly scroll on my phone, I allow myself to do it, you know? Mainly because sometimes, shit, I just want to mindlessly scroll. There's nothing wrong with allowing yourself to do something, but it's one thing to allow yourself to do something and another thing to be doing it because you don't even realize that you're doing it. Sometimes time just passes by. You're just like, oh shit, damn, look at the time. Fuck, man, I don't know what the hell I want. This is actually a really good weapon. I'm gonna probably grab this because I don't have it leveled up all the way. But yeah, and these are the things that we definitely have to be conscious of all the time, if you ask me. Like, because even when I'm mindlessly scrolling, I'm really not even mindlessly scrolling because I allowed myself to do it. So can I really call it mindlessly scrolling? I mean, we can agree that yeah we can, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's just something to think about, you know? Just something to think about. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, I'm just about to start it. I'm not gonna kill all the zombies in the area, waste time. Enough of that has been done already. But yeah, everyone, I encourage all of y'all to ensure that you continue to be mindful about everything, even how you eat. I bet you if you pay attention to how you eat, you'll notice that a lot of interesting things about yourself. Because I'm not gonna tell you what you're gonna notice about yourself. I don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that if you choose to, you can find out for yourself. I noticed that as I try to mindfully drink water, like for the most part, my body really be trying to take over. I be trying to take huge gulps and drink the entire water bottle in one go. And a lot of people can argue, oh, that's a sign of dehydration. Yeah, but I mean, once I'm mindful of, because the thing about dehydration is you can feel when you're dehydrated. You feel when you're thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Your body gives you clear signs. So I don't believe, that that's a sign of dehydration argument will actually uphold, or at least, not in my opinion. Therefore, the way I look at it is more so, like, this is just a habit that my body does. And it's very, very interesting because I never actually pay attention to things like that. Unless you're actively being aware of it, you're not gonna pay attention. You're not gonna even notice it. You're just gonna keep mindlessly doing it. And at that point, we can call it mindless because it's one thing when, you're doing it and you're unaware of it, but it's another thing to allow yourself to do it. Like, I'm about to go crazy on this water. In my head, like, mentally, before I even do it. So when I do go do it, and once again, this goes back to it, like, can you even call it mindless? I mean, yeah, you can argue yes, and, if you do argue yes, I understand, but shit, it's just something to get your head thinking. Very interesting. And sometimes I wonder, people who are stuck in their own ego, like emotions and everything. I wonder in my head, Because the fact is, emotions are nothing but biochemical reactions. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing I wonder is if they are the product of a biochemical reaction and we've learned how to control biochemical things, like for example, boiling water to make steam, and you know what I'm saying? So we learned how to control these things. And water is indeed a biochemical, mainly because bio means life. So what is inside of most of our bodies? We all know water. Water makes up majority of our uh, biochemical makeup. So therefore, water is definitely a biochemical. So with that being said, it makes me wonder, like in the future, would we ever theoretically be able to control these biochemical reactions? There's one thing that I can say that I can control my emotions and my thoughts, with the exception of the occasions where, you know, I'll temporarily lose it or whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is like, will we ever actually be able to control it in the same way that we were able to manipulate um mass and energy, with Einstein's equation is E equals mc squared. So the way we were able to manipulate that to ultimately create the atomic bomb. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely makes me think. And then if we are able to do it, should we do it? You know what I'm saying? Like what unforeseen, consequences could that actually hold for humanity? Because yeah, that could actually pose some real threats, even if it's not, meant to be used in a in that way. What people do, man, it's very interesting. People operate under a seemingly different set of rules, and so trying to reason with them about these type of things, such as this, it won't stop, technological innovation. For example, Elon Musk is always talking about he's always talking about how AI will eventually take over and shit. And one of the whole purposes of creating Neuralink was so we can actually have some type of fighting chance, you know, against it. And whether I think he's right or wrong is besides the point. It's the fact that, when you think about it, a video on Instagram where there was actually one man or one machine inside of this coffee shop in Japan, operating the entire coffee shop by itself. And if that's not fascinating, I don't know what is, because people have been saying for years that, the machines are going to take our jobs. And in Japan, that has become a real thing in certain stores apparently. So it's very, very interesting, everyone, when we talk about the concept of when we talk about the concept of AI. So it makes sense that Neuralink could be a possible candidate to help us, escape that grim fate that inevitably is going to, you know, face humans, basically. Because that's all we'll be doing if we without Neuralink. And whether you agree with Neuralink or not, you cannot deny the fact that we're these machines are already taking over our lives. You see the self checkouts here in America and all of that, but like I just said, in Japan, these fears have actually finally become reality. So it's very, very interesting, man. So he's gonna fly this way, nice. But that gives us a lot of reason to believe that, Neuralink might be one of the best options to integrate ourselves with technology. That way we don't have to, go obsolete one day. Maybe there are other alternatives, but for the most part, at the moment, this seems to be the best alternative. They broke my RCXD. That's crazy. But yeah, and these are the type of things that our greatest minds of today are thinking about. They're thinking about ways to actually improve the human race. And don't get me wrong, I know I'm not gonna do nothing super grand, but I do want to contribute to the learning, to the knowledge, to the critical thinking process. And I do not want to do that inside of a school system. A lot of people actually tell me, believe it or not, I should be a teacher. And who knows, maybe one day in the future I actually will teach. But at the moment, that's not something that I care for. It's not even something that I even think about. Mainly for the simple fact that, for one, school systems have their own set of, like, first of all, you're gonna have sets of rules in whatever system you indulge, no matter what. However, in the school system, the rules are a lot more, how do you say, strict. I guess that'd be the best way to just say it. So with that being said, I would just personally rather, stay out of the school system at least as long as possible. I need to be a little bit more educated on everything, and maybe even get some more maturity in me before I decide to go into the school system. That way I can manipulate it from a way that isn't necessarily harmful, but advantageous to the students that I do teach. I mean, because I'm just spitballing, y'all. I have no intentions of going to the school system at all. But if I did, or if I do, like, these are the things that I am going to think about at one point. So that's all I'm trying to ultimately say. Shit, let's do it. See, usually when I'm playing solo, I actually do all the objectives until like DL8. So yeah, about DL8, DL9 is usually when I would stop. But like I said, since I'm live streaming, I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more fun, because these objectives are oh shit, I need to go. But these objectives are basically the same ones over and over again, like the mini objectives. So that can get a little tedious to some people. However, oh shit. Yeah, but yeah, so some people would find that just a little tedious, and that's understandable. So, and like I said, most of this isn't like, this talk isn't about the gameplay, it's about the actual talk, However, a lot of people, or I don't even know, because it's not even like I get a lot of views or anything. However, whenever people do start watching this, I want them to have a more diverse gameplay / talk experience. I want them to be able to do both, enjoy the gameplay and also listen to the talk. And who knows, maybe you can even listen to it, because repetition is definitely key to understanding, So when you're doing something repeatedly, you're giving yourself a better understanding, or an opportunity for a better understanding of it. Like, I've watched certain Joe Rogan's podcasts like 4 times, 5 times. I'm not even exaggerating, y'all. And every time I watch it, I promise you, I learn something new that I missed the first time. So, and once again, I'm not trying to say, y'all, this is what y'all need to do. I'm not doing that. Please don't interpret it that way. That is a disadvantageous way to interpret what I'm saying. However, what I am saying is, definitely understand and notice that there are ways of learning that can better help, And sometimes I go on a tangent, I go on a rant, and I completely just dismiss what I was originally talking about. It happens. And so therefore, ooh, I need to get that. Hell yeah. Hopefully I can make it there within 30 seconds so I can get the double X points. I mean double points for completing the objective. I don't think I'm gonna make it before 15 seconds is up. But yeah, I can completely dismiss certain points that I was trying to get to. Not intentionally, but it happens, you know. And so therefore, you know, repetition can definitely help everyone. Nice, I got it. Alright. So yeah. And you know, like I said, everyone isn't me. I don't want y'all to be me. I want you all to be your own individual, but I also want you all to understand that individuality is not necessarily a real thing because we're all connected. You know, we're made out of the exact same things that stars, even our own sun, which is a star, in case y'all didn't know. People don't know that now. Hey, not trying to insult anyone's intelligence. Mm. We're made out of these same things. We literally have. We're not just inside the universe, y'all. The universe is also inside of us. And with that fact, you have to understand that, you know, there's a lot better. Like, we can do so much better as just a species. If we were able to be individuals while also still respecting that we have some type of unity within us as well. Because we do, man. We all do. Unity is inside all of us. And, you know, we gotta remember to stay united no matter what happens in the near future. Because I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, honestly. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, the future is bright. Other times I think about it, I'm like, yeah, we got a pretty grim future ahead of us. And my opinions are constantly changing based on what's going on in the world, you know, how I'm feeling in that specific moment, you know. There's a lot of different uh a lot of different variables, factors that goes into these things. So, you know, just always keep that in mind, everyone. But oh shit. Let me see. What's the next? What's next? What's next? What's next? Let's talk about. Cause I don't have nothing actually in my mind right now. So let's go to the notes. All right. This is very interesting. I can't believe I thought this one right here. So let's say that. Oh, I actually might lose on this one, y'all. This is a holdout. Let me go buy a machine gun. But yes, so let's say that we finally got visited by an advanced race of aliens, right? And they basically put us on trial. And if they saw that we weren't fit because of how toxic we are, trying to explode bombs into the atmosphere and do all this other crazy stuff, cause war, and then now all of a sudden we're trying to go interplanetary, and they're like, nah, that's not happening. You all are too immature for interplanetary travel. You're not ready for the power in which that brings, basically. So they put us on trial, and that would determine whether or not humanity itself would survive. So how would any of y'all actually defend humanity? Like, how would that even transpire? Help me understand y'all's own thought process about that. Would y'all even defend humanity? And even better yet, to make this thought experiment even more fun, right? How do we know that this already hasn't happened in human history? And the only way we've been able to interpret these things and through the past or from now to the past are extinction level events such as the asteroid killing the dinosaurs and all of that. Like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? For one, it's not even like we lived back then, obviously. So who's to actually say that dinosaurs weren't able to talk like how we talk? Who's to say that they weren't able to do things slightly different from how we think that they do them? Obviously, I don't believe in this at all. However, what I am saying is, just think about it. Just indulge it for a second. What would you say? How would you do? How would you plead? Would you even defend us? And what if it has happened multiple times throughout our history? And maybe it wasn't even back during the dinosaurs. I'd even give myself a handicap. What if it was just throughout different cultures? For example, the Sumers, the Egyptians, Aztecs, Incas, all of that. For those of you who do not know these, please do your research. Because these are a lot of ancient civilizations in which we basically derived from. Shit, I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. It's crazy, man. It's definitely crazy. It's interesting. Yo, I'm on DLC. I only got 1,000 limit. That's how you know that I'm just trying to go through these DLs for y'all. I guess when I die, that's when I'll end the podcast or end the talk. I keep calling it the podcast, man. I wanted to be a podcast so bad. Oh, hold on, I gotta fight him. It's a big guy. A Megaton. How did he just hit me? You see how it's so glitched out though, y'all? Like, y'all see how that he didn't even shoot a energy at me. He shot a square. A square of fucking glitch. Like, if glitch was fucking a physical thing, like, look, that's it. That's glitch. If glitch. Yo, that's so fucking crazy, man. The glitch was actually a physical thing that you could, oh shit, that you could put in a turn or, you know, visually. That's how it would look. That's exactly it. Die, can you? Sheesh. Ooh. Oh no, that's dead wire. I thought that was the black holes. Pelican. The pelican. The pelican thing. But it's definitely interesting to think about that, y'all, because... Oh, shit. Just a fun thought, you know? It's just a fun little thought experiment. Nothing more, nothing less. Very interesting because... I don't know. I think about our universe, right? And I just be thinking, like, why do people expect, like, our universe, which is full of randomness and, you know, quantum weirdness and even the illusion of randomness. Maybe I should get into some of those topics a little deeper, you know, to be fair. You know, a lot of people have this woe is me attitude, and I'm fucking these roaches up. I need to stop because this isn't even good. But yeah, they have this woe is me attitude. Having that type of attitude, like, what exactly does that do for a person, you know? Does that help them? You know, does that make the situations that they're in better? Wow, y'all. This looks like a QR scan. This is supposed to be a boardable window. I don't even see the barricades. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, shit. See, that's my own fault. What am I stuck on? I can't see anything. Like, what the hell? This game is so glitched out right now, I can't see a damn thing. Alright, but, yeah, and it's definitely, I don't know. To me, it's definitely worth inquiring into. Because I definitely want to know why the hell people just assume that the universe is supposed to be random to them, for them. I mean, it's supposed to be fair for them. Like, for example, you know, you got stars dying all the time. Do you think that they think that shit is fair? Do you think plants and animals and on this earth think it's fair that, you know, we kill them and cut the trees down? Deforestation is a real thing, you know. Our plants give us literally most of our oxygen. We're just, you know, trees giving us all this oxygen and shit, and we're fucking destroying them. Just saying, fuck them. We're just saying, fuck these damn plants. Like they'll go back to trees. We try to plant trees and things, which is good and all, but damn. Oh yes, but you know, I don't know. Some things that I really don't know how to talk about and what to even say, and that's why I definitely need a co-host or something like that. Especially for times when I actually don't have anything at all to talk about for real. I'm just spitballing. You know, it'd be nice to actually have someone in which I can turn to. But very interesting to me. Quantum quantum physics is a very interesting topic, man, because when you start talking about quantum physics and the illusion of randomness and how time itself isn't necessarily an illusion but could possibly be of the flow of time being an illusion, it's very interesting, man, because it's very deep. It's very deep, especially if you've never explored some of these concepts before, and they'll definitely have you thinking in your head like, hey man, what the fuck? But the thing about it is these are actual testable predictions in which, you know, scientists have made, and they figured out more about our world than what we originally thought we knew about it. And it's very fascinating, at least if you ask me, because the world itself, or alright, look at that. Look at the teleportation animation. It looks really shitty. Like, this game is so glitched out. Everything is actually darker than what it's supposed to be. Especially that room. Should I try it? Get the fuck away from me. I'm trying so hard to dodge him if y'all couldn't tell. Oh, fuck. I need to hurry up and get off this map. This map is just too dark. Especially for the glitch that I'm having at the moment. We're just going straight to the next area. No, I forgot to buy another death machine. It's okay. At least now I can actually see what the next objective is. That way I'll be able to accurately buy my score streaks. Or I should say accordingly buy them. I don't know, y'all, man. I might when I finish this podcast, I might actually might go to sleep. I woke up I've been up for a minute. I've been up for already about to be 6 hours. That's crazy. I'm turning into an early bird. I have to, especially since I have the need to actually go outside and meditate now in the mornings before the sunrise. Oh, I feel like I owe that to myself. I owe that to that. That's the silence, you know. I literally go to a dimension, a completely different dimension that transcends everything, you know, that transcends this physical world, that transcends the thought, even the thought of creation. Like, I am actually connected with the entire universe. And it's amazing, man. It's amazing. I might actually have to start doing some yoga on the channel just so y'all can that's the thing though. If I ever did yoga on my channel, I have to either make a completely new channel, or I definitely have to what would I have to do? I don't even know. I would have to be a lot better at, you know, explaining yoga and explaining the different styles and everything, terminologies. I would have to, doing that would literally force me to be a better communicator as well, because there are certain things in yoga that you do, and it's like, even if you watch me, it still wouldn't completely make sense to you if certain positions just from watching me. You know, sometimes I would have to actually explain to you what it is that we're doing, because some people aren't, you know, some people are auditory learners. So therefore, those who are auditory learners, I would have to try to make a style that best fits them, because while the ones that are visual learners, they'll be able to see me and possibly learn, but the auditory learners, they're not going to be able to learn. I want to not discriminate against no one, you know what I'm saying? Everyone should have an equal chance to try to do some meditation if they want to. Obviously, if you don't, then don't, you know. It's really that simple. But not for real. So, oh man, I gotta use the restroom. This isn't good. Oh shit, hold on. See, after like DL6, this is when it really starts getting hard. And personally, now that I've gotten to DL like 10 plus on multiple occasions on solo now, I'm really tempted to revoke what I'm saying, because I really believe that it isn't until after DL10 when this shit really starts to get hard, at least to me now, because I don't got so good at playing. As y'all saw, I destroyed that holdout. I couldn't even see nothing for real. That's why I kept jumping around. I was trying to make sure that I wasn't getting stuck. But yeah, very, very, very amazing playing this game. And playing this game mode, because I believe it or not, y'all, the way you see me playing zombies right now, this is exactly how I used to play it when I was younger, and I loved it. I loved zombies so much, and I finally got my love back, and now I'm taking advantage of it before I end up getting bored of this, because it's gonna happen, you know. It's out with the old and with the new, as they say. I'm gonna eventually get bored of this, y'all. But it's about me enjoying it while I can. Popsicle said, I just don't understand how you can play zombies so much and blah blah. I was like, bro, you'll never be able to understand, because you're not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even trying to be, you know, funny to him or anything like that. I'm just telling him what it is. It's like, because he says it multiple times. He don't just say it once and leave it alone. He always says it. And like, bro, I don't know how the hell you play zombies. You're not gonna understand. So you might as well just stop saying you don't understand, because if that's what you're doing, trying to understand, it's just not gonna do it. Especially since his love, because don't get me wrong, he claims that he used to like zombies. I used to play the game with this dude. He would always get tired of zombies before I did. So by that same logic, y'all, he never liked zombies the way that I did. I'm not trying to say he didn't like zombies. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is my love for zombies and his love for zombies were two completely different loves. Oh, this isn't good. I still don't got a ray gun or nothing. It's all good. I can last, I think, DL10 without one. Hold on, how are you not dead yet, sir? There we go. Whoa, what just happened? Fucker grabbed me. Look at this, bro. My armor is almost gone. Just imagine DL10. DL10 is just like the armor is non-existent at that point. At that point, you're just fucking look gone. Cause I don't got no armor plates from any of them. I'm about to go buy armor. Yup. I'm telling y'all, I don't play no games, but I've learned the ways of this. You're not gonna get very far at all if you're on DL10 with no armor. Like, hell nah. That's just not gonna work, buddy. No matter how good you think you are in zombie. I should have shot the crystals before buying the armor. Oh well. But yes, one thing I will say is playing Outbreak definitely made me polish up on my zombie skills. But don't get me wrong, I'm not a bad zombie player. I've been around 60 before, you know? And whether anyone who does play zombies believes that's a high round or not, it don't matter because shit, it's a high round to me. You know, I around round 60, that's about when I get tired of playing zombies. And now, you know, that was back then, but now it's even less than that. Like, if I play zombies to round 30, really round 20, it's like, yeah, can I please stop playing this? This shit is actually kind of trash, and all I'm doing is just running them in circles, and it's not anything new, you know? But now with this is new, even though I'm essentially doing the same thing. Yes, I understand that, everyone. I'm not trying to say I'm not doing the same thing. But it feels new. It feels innovative. It feels like Warzone, but with zombies, for those of you who have played Warzone. Think of Fortnite, but for Call of Duty. Oh shit. I just want to grab the goodies. Then I'm out. Look at this shit. Look how fast they run. What fucking zombie should be able to run this fast, man? Like, these guys really think that it's Warzone. I meant World War Z out this. Look. Crackhead. Can you stop? Alright. Watch, now that I don't level this up to 3, I'm about to go ahead and get a wonder weapon. That's how it usually works. It always tries to fuck you. It's all good, because I'm going to prepare myself. Boom! Boom indeed. I might as well go ahead and buy that too, why not? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. To go back to that question, I don't think I'd defend humanity. I want to argue for its continued existence. I think sometimes we need to take a step back and actually realize that we do need a reset on everything. maybe we need to just start this shit all the way over from fucking square one. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. We're gonna start all over from square one. And when I say square one, I'm not talking about humans. Whatever other intelligent life that ends up forming, forms. So when I say we, I'm just saying as a collective bio species in general. Because we're all connected. We're connected with fucking plants. We're connected with fucking stars and galaxies. We're connected. Alright. Sheesh. Spit went down the trachea pipe, boy. That ain't good. Transport. Oh lord, this ain't good. Probably gonna lose. I need to stop saying that, because every time I say that, I end up not losing. It's almost like I'm doing it on purpose, but I really don't be believing that I'm gonna do some of these. Like, on the higher DLs, man, some of these, really all of these goddamn objectives are hard. I ain't even gonna, there's not one that I favor over the other once I get past DL 10. Like, after DL 10, every objective is literally a death trap. And believe it or not, man, the way I'm playing right now, like, as you see, I'm killing the zombie, or as you saw at the beginning of this, that way of playing is actually the most advantageous once you get into the higher DL, because you're killing all of the potential threats throughout the map because they don't respawn. So what happens is they only they continuously spawn once you're doing the objective and or a mini objective. So after you do a mini objective or whatever it may be, mini objective and or the main objective, boom, transport. What happens is, how can I explain it? What does happen? Oh yeah. So whatever zombies are in the world that you kill, they won't respawn. You know, and all the ones that are in the from the main objective and or mini objective, they go away. So they despawn, they die automatically. Sometimes they don't always die though. Certain mini objectives they won't die. They'll actually just, I don't know how that works because it's bullshit if you ask me. What the hell, Megaton? What you doing over there, man? I got something for you. I'm actually really glad that I was able to level up my AK so much. Let me see, what is it on? 37, hell yeah. I need to use it. Stop using this shitty ass Milano. See, this gun is only good on multiplayer for real. Once you get past like DL6, it's not good on zombies no more. At least with the attachments that I have for it. Hey, stop throwing glitch at me, dude. What the hell is wrong with you? I don't know, man. This interesting little twist of you know, talk versus, you know, playing the game is very interesting that I have. Because sometimes I get that the gameplay can be very distracting from the actual talk that I try to commence with. But I don't know, it provides another type of level of entertainment for those who actually want to just listen, for those who wants to watch, and for those who want to do both, like me, for example. Believe it or not, like this is for the people, I guess, that's like me, because when I tell you, I literally actually sit there and watch Joe Rogan fight. They're not even doing anything. They're literally just sitting down and talking. And I'm just sitting there watching it like his front page news to an old person or something. You know, like I be captivated by everything that they're saying, and it's strange in a way because you don't find too many, or at least I personally don't even find too many people who listen to podcasts. And I be seeing some of the views for some podcasts like in the millions and stuff. And I'm like, yo, you know, obviously a million isn't a lot. I mean, it depends on your definition. I mean, if you're talking about like the entire U.S. or the entire world, a million is a very small number. But what I'm saying is that I have yet to meet a person that actually listens to podcasts the same way I do. Because I actually listened to them shit yesterday, for example, right? Because I played the game all day, but around evening time, I finally just stopped, you know, because once I said, y'all, it's about a balance, you know. I stopped to listen to, you know, podcast, Joe Rogan. He's my prime person I listen to, mainly because, I don't know, it seems like everyone else is just a little too boring. I'd be afraid that's probably how I'm gonna be. I know that I can goddamn just talk repetitively sometimes, and a lot can be wrong, but you know, I can work on it. But yeah, for the most part, he makes it very, very interesting and very, very fun to watch. So therefore, I prefer him over other people personally. You know, everyone can have their own opinion, but also watch crime casts as well. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh my gosh. Because I don't think he's gonna despawn when everything is finished. Oh, I just died, y'all. This isn't good. Like, it makes no sense because having Jug does not matter in this game mode. You literally have to have armor. Armor matters, not Jug. And it's so sad because those people who actually grew up to grew up playing fucking original zombies and shit, they understand where I'm coming from. It's like, it's a very strange concept at first that, Jug doesn't really do anything. Like, yes, it gives you more health, but that's it. You know, the real security is in that goddamn armor that you have. Look at that, perfect. Look at this, I'm about to die. Yeah, see, that was a must. That's a must. I have to get the armor, y'all. If I don't get the armor, I will die. That's crazy. Alright, let's go. So, yeah, it's a very strange concept, ultimately. And I don't want to talk about too much craziness because I want to save some stuff I be having on my mind. So, right now I'm just trying to be a little bit more conservative in on what I'm talking about. Then I keep getting off topic too. I'm really bad sometimes when it comes to having a conversation. Because, like I said, I can get off topic a lot. And another problem with this shit is you actually have to pay attention to some of the stats that you put on your actual, your weapons. Because, as you can see, me moving, like, I move so slow while shooting. And as y'all see, these zombies, they're relentless. That's precious time that I'm wasting. That's very detrimental in this particular game mode. Oof. If it wasn't for the black hole, I probably would have died just then. And that's really the trick to playing this game. Just once you understand the real mechanics of how it works, you can definitely yeah, once you understand these mechanics, man, it gets a lot easier. Alright, so what I think I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna go ahead and exfil. And, because now that I think about it, I actually think I went through every map too. That's fucking amazing. And I did it in a pretty fast time. It usually take me like 3 hours to do all of this shit, y'all. 3 hours, what? Yes, like when I tell y'all I be into this shit, I take my time. I don't just rush through it or nothing. Cause you can't, man. Y'all saw how chaotic it just got just then, man. I have to take my time. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't want to die. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and exfil because I think I've done all the talking that needs to be done. And I just hope you all enjoy the rest of this amazing gameplay. I'm gonna obviously still talk, but this is the official end of the actual talk section. Now you can enjoy the gameplay in however way you are going to enjoy it. But fuck, man. And you see all this talking that I've just been doing by myself, like, I don't fucked around and my jaw, it feels all tired and shit. I feel like I'm like, all this damn talking that I've just done. Look how slow it's moving. Alright. I got something for that. See, I'm always gonna be able to exfil because I'm always gonna buy an attack chopper to help me exfil. Look at that. Why are y'all all the way over there? What the hell is that? Nice. Oh, now you give me a ray gun. Alright, with that being said, y'all, I really hope you all enjoyed this, finally new and fully live Tilo's Talk. I definitely hope to bring you all more of this type of Tilo's Talk. But this is actually what I would prefer to do over the video over talks. But, you know, like I said, gotta play with the hand I was dealt with. And with that being said, everyone, I will see you all in the next one. I will see you all later.